For many of you thinking perhaps you don't know what sort of book to write or whether you want to write a book or anything like that, I went in the first weekend of the program not knowing what the hell I would write about. I never wanted to write a book. And I went in with an open mind, and my first sort of big awakening point was when I realised what my why was, and that led to 2 days later on the webinar day for the book, or the training day for the book, that it just unblocked completely. I started writing it probably 3 or 4 days after that, and the first draft was done within 7 days, 38,000 words later. So that's from somebody that didn't have any idea what they're going to write about. So I truly echo the sentiment that there's a book in every single one of you. I'm very early in my own business journey. Despite being a fully qualified accountant and I've worked as a finance director in a property company, I left that June last year to really sort of embrace my inner entrepreneur. The time was right. People said I was crazy at the time. I thought that I knew better. So I took the plunge and I did that. I'm not too proud to admit that I made plenty of mistakes. And I don't think people talk about that enough. It was quite challenging. And I went into it with rose-tinted glasses. I thought if I built it, they will come. Well, they didn't. I cast my net wide and I tired myself out. So I became introduced to the KPI opportunity. I read Dan's book. It felt intuitively right for me to do. So I signed up virtually on the spot. But there was a delay period of about 4 months until I started the program. And in that time, it was enough time for me to be that little bit further on in my journey where I had a crisis of confidence. And it was pretty tough. It was the lull. And I was willing to sort of throw it all back in. And I asked myself one question. And it's, what would I do if I don't do this program? And for me, the answer was quite striking. I'd be resigning myself to going back into employment and sort of pursuing that line. And the thought of doing that really did fill me with dread. So that was that point I decided, I'm going to do this program and I'm going to do it bloody well, and I'm just going to apply myself from day one. And I did. You'll learn later and throughout the process that there's product for prospects and there's a core. So the 22-week Profit Accelerator program is my core program. But I recognise that over 80% of businesses ultimately fail, and the missing ingredient in most of them is not passion for what they do, it's not being good at what they do. A lot of them just aren't on top of the numbers and they don't understand profit. I want to help small business and entrepreneurs to better understand and better manage the finance side of their business. So this product stems from chapter 3 of my book. It's the 7 common mistakes, and this is a toolkit. It's called the Finance Foundation Toolkit. There's 7 modules. It's a home study course, but it equips you with everything that you need to understand the basics.
Last week, Kelly had his book launch, which I was at, which was an amazing book
Sensational
launch.
evening.
And he decided to wait until after the Olympics so that he wouldn't disrupt the proceedings with his book launch, which was very nice of him as well. So can we please congratulate Kelly for all of his work.
Thank you.